Center Television. Welcome to the news at this hour. I am Emmanuela Akwaya. First, the headlines. Federal Character Commission demands fairness in appointments. Minister Wike appoints Ganzama as board chairman. Customs hosts diplomats to boost transnational trade. Now the news in detail. As concerns grow over fairness in public sector recruitment and appointments, the Federal Character Commission has secured Senate backing for stronger enforcement powers and improved funding to uphold Nigeria's federal character principle. The executive chairman of the FCC, Honorable Goliath Motorayo Omidiran, made the appeal during an interactive session with the Senate Committee on Federal Character and Intergovernmental Affairs at the National Assembly, urging lawmakers to establish a dedicated tribunal to prosecute violations and strengthen compliance across government institutions. Omidiran identified inadequate funding and weak enforcement powers as major obstacles limiting the Commission's effectiveness, stressing that a Federal Character Commission tribunal would fast-track prosecutions and serve as a deterrent to offenders. Responding chairman of the Senate Committee, Senator Ede Defino, acknowledged persistent imbalances in the public service and poor cooperation from some ministries, departments and agencies, assuring the Commission of legislative support to address funding gaps and strengthen enforcement mechanisms. The FCC Minister Nyesom Wike has approved the appointment of Dr. Dab Agbago Ganzama as the substantive executive secretary of the FCC Primary Healthcare Board. In a statement signed, the head of media FCC Primary Healthcare Board, Reginald Oyebo, Dr. Ganzama replaced Dr. Rukaya Wamako, who held the position in acting capacity. Until his appointment, Ganzama was Director of Public Health in FCC. A consultant public health physician and development worker with enormous skills and qualifications in health system, management, sexual and reproductive health, and communicable and non-communicable diseases, the Borno State-born medical practitioner is an alumnus of Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, where he had his Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, amongst others. Ganzama's appointment makes him the second substantive executive secretary of the board since its inception in 2010. Cross River State government over the weekend converged on Abuja for a high-level town hall conference to commemorate the third anniversary of Governor Basi Otu's administration, using the occasion to present a comprehensive scorecard of achievements across key sectors and engage stakeholders on the state's development trajectory. The event attracted government officials, investors, development partners, members of the diplomatic and business communities, as well as cross-river indigenes residents in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Asante will be back after the short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the break. Gombe State Governor Inuwaya has commended President Tinubu on the brave manner being deployed to tackle insecurity in the country. Speaking at the People's Security Monitor Award ceremony in Abuja, the governor, who was represented by Dr. Jamilu, said it's time for shared security commitment by all citizens of Nigeria and not complete reliance on federal government in the handling of security issues. He said for now, Gombe State remains the most peaceful in northeast Nigeria.
We recognize that national security is a foundational bedrock upon which the administration's promises of economic revitalization, social equity and prosperity are built. Without a secure nation, there can be no sustained development. Gombe State stands hand in hand with the federal government and the strategic defense structures laid by the President to ensure that the vision of a safe, united and thriving Nigeria is fully realized. We recognize.
Earlier, Chief organizer of the event, Alhaji Ishaq Al-Mustafa, called for concerted efforts in the course of tackling security challenges in the country. At the annual event, which was also used for book presentation, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 3-year strategic response to insecurity, sacrifices, decisions, and national gains. The author agreed that the current security challenges have tested the resilience, unity, and resolve of the country.
National security remains a priority that transcends all divides. This gathering comes at a time when Nigeria continues to navigate complex security challenges. These challenges have tested our resilience, our unity, and our national resolve. Yet, in the midst of adversity, we have also witnessed determined efforts aimed at restoring order and rebuilding confidence in the Nigerian state. Security, as we all know, is not the responsibility of the government alone. It is a collective duty that requires the participation of all citizens. National
Other speakers at the event, which included awards to those that have exceeded in their chosen fields, collaborated on the need for synergy among Nigerians in the fight against insecurity.
Insecurity extends beyond statistics. It affects livelihood, investment, education, agriculture, and the very fabric of national security.
We have placed strong emphasis on grassroots intelligence, intelligence gathering across the Federation, ensuring that credible and timely information is provided to support operational decision making. This has significantly enhanced the ability of armed forces and other security institutions to develop a shared situational awareness.
What we see with our physical eyes, we that are mingling with the people, is seeing a security personnel that is devastated, a security personnel that is helpless, a security personnel that is not adequately provided for to carry out their function.
Insecurity extends beyond statistics. It affects livelihood, investment, education, agriculture, and the very fabric of national security.
Mining marshals have arraigned 15 Chinese nationals and 9 Nigerians before the Federal High Court, Abuja, over alleged illegal mining activities in Nasarawa State. The defendants were brought before Justice Ofili Ajumobi of Court 6, Federal High Court, Abuja Judicial Division, following their arrest on May 16, 2026, while allegedly mining lithium without lawful authority or license in Kokona local government area of Nasarawa State.
According to court documents, the suspects were apprehended within the mineral title area covered by exploration license number 036528EL belonging to Timadix Geomine Consults Limited. The alleged illegal mining operation was said to have taken place within the coordinates of longitude 8412E and latitude 83412N. A copy of the charge marked FHC/ABJ/CR/281/2026 obtained by journalists indicates that the defendants were accused of unlawfully engaging in mining activities in contravention of Section 18B of the Miscellaneous Offences Act, Chapter M17 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004. The offence, according to the charge, is punishable under the same provision and attracts a maximum penalty of life imprisonment upon conviction. The defendants include Liu Junbin, Hu Yunzong, Zhu Yimu, Zhu Feng, Zhang Yu, Tao Shunqun, Hung Rujin, Liu Yingling, Zhang Zhubin, Hong Mianyong, Yung Taio, Jai Wang, Qing Mingo, Ding Piaming, and Yu Yahao. Others are Thank God Sani, Abubakar Nuhu, Jonathan Akpasande, Pius Favor, Agada Joshua, Sani Osu, Haruna Asambe, Elinoko Okwete Jolly, as well as C&A International New Energy Limited. At the commencement of the proceedings, counsel to the defendants, Professor M.T. Adekilekon San, applied for bail on behalf of his clients, assuring the court that they will be available to stand trial. Justice Ofili Ajumogobia granted the application and directed that the defendants be released to their counsel pending trial. The court did not impose any monetary bond, request sureties, or prescribe any sum to be forfeited in the event of a breach of bail conditions. Instead, the defendants were ordered to deposit their international passports and national identity cards with the court's registrar. Speaking after the proceedings, the lead prosecution counsel for the mining marshals, Ojo Toluwa Tokwe Alex, noted that the grant for bail remained entirely at the discretion of the court. He explained that, by the virtue of the ruling and undertaking given by the senior advocate, the court effectively placed responsibility on the defense counsel to ensure the defendant's attendance throughout the trial. Alex, however, expressed concern over the possibility of any of the defendants absconding and said he hoped that none of the accused persons released to the senior lawyer would jump bail. The matter was subsequently adjourned until June 18, 2026 for trial. Commenting on the developments, the commander of the mining marshals, Atta John Omoja, retweeted the agency's commitment to sensitizing the nation's mining sector. He described the campaign against illegal mining as a national responsibility, stressing that sustained enforcement efforts were necessary to eliminate unlawful operators and protect Nigeria's mining resources. Manya OCB, Asset Television News.
The Nigerian Customs Service recently hosted a high-level diplomatic cocktail reception in Abuja, bringing together ambassadors, high commissioners, heads of missions, and senior government officials in a strategic engagement aimed at strengthening international cooperation, trade relations, and institutional partnerships. The event held at the Nigerian Customs Service headquarters in Itama, Abuja, also attracted the Chief of Air Staff, the Inspector General of Police, members of the Customs Management, and other senior officials from key security and government institutions. Comptroller General of Customs Adewale Adeni expressed appreciation for the sustained support of international partners in strengthening bilateral relations and advancing global trade cooperation with Nigeria. He noted that NCS continues to deepen its global footprint through structured collaboration frameworks with over 20 customs administrations worldwide, focusing on knowledge exchange, capacity development, and operational synergy aimed at improving trade facilitation and border management. And that's the size of our news at this moment. Do follow us on all our social media handles for more news updates. On behalf of the news crew, I'm Emanuela Akwaya. Thanks for watching.